Namaste. Let us close your eyes. Make your body as comfortable as possible, sitting in any posture or sitting on a couch. Eyes are closed gently so that we can move the mind within. When we practice meditation with delusion, with the wrong notion, it does not transform us. So, we have to practice with clarity, with understanding, so that these steps reveal the knowledge. So, just looking deep inside, the forehead in the space, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. Mentally, you are also saying, Sarvesham Swastir Bhavatu. So that is, you chanted it mentally, and the meaning, let there be a well-being for all. Why we say that? Because the state of the well-being is the desire of all the living species on this earth. Hold on, apply this knowledge. Do you get upset with someone? Yes, I get upset with someone at certain time in some situation. But everyone is seeking well-being, including the one who also makes you upset. Yes, then where is the problem? Now my mind becomes upset, but I'm seeking the well-being of everyone. And the well-being, the state of the well-being can be achieved from within. Oh, from myself within? Yes. So you are seeking well-being for yourself, others are seeking well-being. You are seeking well-being by learning the principles of Eastern wisdom. So you are 100% clear that no one can make you upset or agitated. But then why am I upset? Because I have a lot of expectation and emotional dependence. That knowledge, if you apply all the time, in every situation, in every condition, then what happens? Then you don't carry the baggage of being upset by anyone at any time, in any situation. That knowledge should be present in the mind. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Let there be peace for all. And peace is our essential nature. What is our essential nature cannot be undone in any situation, condition. Is that knowledge settled in your mind? Yes, it is settled. in my mind. So, can anyone make you upset? So, the knowledge plus awareness of the mind within makes you immune. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Simple meaning, let there be completeness in all. A sense of completeness in the mind means the mind is pure. I've been telling you, the mosquito is complete in itself, the tiger is complete in itself. So, tiger looking at the elephant does not feel the sense of incompleteness. And we feel the sense of incompleteness almost in everything. We look at the neighbor's house, we look at the neighbor's car, we look at the neighbor, and a long list. It is the impulsive mind that feels the sense of incompleteness by comparing, by jealousy, by expectation. Can you hold your mind? Have no expectation. You bring an end to what? Your mind will remain calm and will declare, you are not worthy of suffering. The mind should settle this knowledge. So when that knowledge is not settled, it becomes impulsive and then we get worried. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Auspiciousness, let there be auspiciousness for all. What is this auspiciousness? The mind has an ability to perceive everything is well, good, peaceful in any and every situation. You are not impacted by any situation, event, or a person outside. Now, but it happens because I lose awareness. But why I lose awareness? Because I have a liking and disliking. But why I have a liking and disliking? Because the knowledge is not there. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Now see that we have done the mantra to invoke the message in this mantra. So the mind gets the knowledge, and that knowledge makes you comfortable, at ease, relaxed, and calm. Don't you feel that sense of calmness? That is the power of the mantra. Anytime, anywhere, it can happen mentally. So being comfortable. So move the mind on the neck joint, be there. Feel sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So, what do you feel after sensation, comfort, and steadiness? Look again. Look at the shoulder joints, be there. So when I say you are there, awareness, knowledge, experience. So when I say you are there, be there, it means you are aware of the shoulder joints. That is the part of the body. And then your mind experiences sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Then take the mind deeper. You find the emptiness, blankness of the space. Because the mind should not return outside. So there we need a knowledge. Knowledge means that you are aware the mind is not going anywhere. Move the mind on the hip joint, be there. Feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. So, what after that sensation, comfort, and steadiness? The mind continues to move within. I'll explain you what it means by moving within. Do you find the sense of emptiness, calmness, or simply the space? Move the mind on all the joints of the body. Be there. Feel the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. And after that, the mind gets absorbed into the space or emptiness or blankness. The mind does not return to the crazy thoughts, unwanted thoughts. I believe you are understanding. And now, when the mind keeps looking inside, it encounters unwelcome, uninvited thoughts, feeling, images of the past. We don't want that. So we do not want does not mean that we need to struggle. No struggle at all. So then what should we do? We do nothing. Then how these thoughts will go away? We are understanding. Before this so-called practice, we are understanding. So when the traffic is moving and you are standing across, do you do anything to the traffic? No, I don't do it. They move by itself. That is the very nature of the thought. Unwanted, unwelcome thought. Let them come. Let them go. Watch them as if they are the traffic on the road, on the mental road. They will come, they will go. What do you mean? Even the good and the bad thoughts? Yes. We don't brand, label these thoughts as a good and bad. We just are aware that these thoughts are the traffic on the road. They come and they go. No, but why they come and they go? Because I have accumulated millions of impressions in my mind, living a life of heavy conditioning, getting carried away, having lot of expectations. So those impressions are accumulated. So any and every thought that comes has a corresponding center in our deeper layers of the mind. Okay. So I need not to worry about it. Yes. I told you what you do when you have the traffic is moving on the road. No, I don't do anything. I simply watch. Same way, you watch, you observe. This thought has come and this thought has stayed and it has gone, replaced by another thought. So now you have understood it clearly that these so called unwelcome, uninvited thought enters into the mind has a corresponding center in the memory. They are known as the impressions. So, what will happen if I do nothing? You are not supporting them. So, what will happen if you are not supporting them? You weaken the impression in your mind. So, those impressions will be erased and the mind will become empty. This is the first lesson couple of weeks ago we did, and because the title was we are not worthy of suffering. The moment you lose awareness, those impressions will invite lot of thoughts, and you will find yourself you are in the midst of the traffic. And then obviously there will be fear, there will be anxiety, there will be duality. Do you see the difference? You are standing across the road watching the traffic. One option. And you enter inside on the highway and the traffic all around. That is known as expectation. Corresponding emotion, feeling, thought trigger your mind. You forget how simple it is. So keep looking inside the head in the space. There is almost a state of nothingness. The second talk couple of weeks ago, discover peace, happiness amid struggle, fear, and unhappiness. That is what we did. So today's practice, we are combining the understanding and different steps. So you are in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You have found the way to remain as an observer of the mental traffic. You realize, you know it, nothing to do with you. I told you the traffic on the road, you don't enter into the traffic, you are standing across. So, how to find that peace and happiness within in situations, in events, at times with people where the mind struggles? And we discussed satasangatve, listening and learning, but the listening and learning will help the mind to recall and remember because you have retained the knowledge. And that results into detachment. So if there is no detachment or a dispassion in the mind, at times in different events, the mind returns with the expectation. So we have anxiety, duality, reaction, etc., etc. Oh, and then mind starts moving in delusion. So when there is a delusion, the mind keeps on wandering, forgetfulness, but the peace is always there inside. But now that peace and the calmness covered, veiled by expectation, attachment, emotional dependence, that is why we find anxiety, reaction, duality, conflict. But how to remove the delusion? You remove the delusion by simply understanding, simply becoming aware. What do you mean by simply becoming aware? A simple but very powerful step. Keep looking inside the forehead. Any thought comes. Mentally, you drop Shanto Hum with understanding. What is the understanding of the Shanto Hum mantra? That means I'm the peace. So when you are dropping Shanto Hum, I'm the peace, the mind keeps on looking into the infinite space within. Why we do that? Because we are asking the mind not to get attached, not to get deluded. That is understanding. And then what is the practice? Any thought comes. So thought makes you aware. The moment any thought comes, drop Shanto over the thought. No, 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 what it means. You knock the door and I open the door and you say, "What's your name?" And I say, "Shantoham." Then you ask me what you do. I say, "Shantoham." Where are you going? You ask me and I say, "Shantoham." You say me, "Are you crazy?" I say, "Shantoham." So I'm your mind. The mind can have any unwelcome thought enters. Your one answer is Shantoham. And then see what happens to the mind. I believe you got it. Any thought, any feeling, any image, anything from the memory returns to the mind. You have only one answer, Shantoham. Any thought, good, bad, high, low. Not only you are replacing, but you are preventing the mind getting attached, creating expectation, common sense. The mind paints a picture of attachment for pleasure, and your simple answer is Shantoham. Continue. Passive steps are greater, stronger, powerful. Active steps may appear powerful, but ultimately we have to move to passive steps. Passive steps means the mind is not asked to do, but through the knowledge and understanding you are separating yourself from all the craziness of the mind. You see, Shantoham, you're simply dropping Shantoham. You're not fighting with any thought. That will go a long way, my friend. Shantoham. So what I'm saying that superimposition. Any thought enters, you superimpose Shantoham. You see that as we go deeper, we will discover that you are not superimposing. Fact is that you are desuperimposing. The mind, due to the past impression, triggers many thoughts, feeling, images. It is superimposition. So how you are desuperimposing? By dropping Shantoham. 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 When you find the mind lives within, amid all the thoughts are coming or going or do not stay for a longer period because you're dropping Shantoham over any content of the mind. And the mind frequently enters into the state of nothingness, a sense of infinity. But if it does not happen, then we have to go down to an active step. What is that active step? Let us add there a gentle, deep, silent, slow breathing into the belly. As you inhale, Shantuham. You make your recitation of the Shantuham little longer with the emotion. As you exhale from the belly, Shantuham. Mentally. Knowing that Shantuham means I'm the peace. And I'm the peace, the mind should go into the space amid the presence of the thoughts and feeling. Shantuham. So you are sinking Shantuham with a deep, silent, slow breath into the belly, in and out. There are many ways, but today we are doing a very simple way. Simple, I told you before, what is simple is very powerful. Higher the practice, the simpler it is. I think I have told you, we discussed about it many a times. Shantuham, Shantuham. When the mind, with an understanding and the knowledge, continues to live within, it goes deeper. But if the mind has billions of impressions that triggers the mind to go out, the moment it goes out, it carries an element of attachment, wrong notion, delusion. That's why it is going outside, because it enjoys. Why it enjoys? Because of lack of awareness. But in that joy or enjoyment or pleasure, it gets hurt. Reaction, anxiety, duality, conflict are also coming with it. I believe you're getting into it. We are dropping Shantoham, the breath going into the belly, breath coming out of the belly, and it is almost like a singing Shantoham. And you see the thoughts are coming because you're superimposing, so they come and they go. They do not stay. They leave you totally empty and blank. Now we make the breath little deeper. We engage the mind with clarity and understanding so that we continue to live within. How by nyasa? What is nyasa? As you inhale, the mind moves from inside the right arm, from the shoulder to the fingertips, singing mentally Shantuham. As you exhale, the mind moves from the fingers to the shoulder, singing Shantuham. And check it. Does the mind Is the mind distracted? Leaves the right arm inside, or it remains there? So if it remains there, so you're doing it with a knowledge, with an understanding. So if the mind gets distracted, only the understanding can help you, plus definitely the practice. Shantuham. Shantuham means I am the peace. Superimposition continues. Intense awareness of the right arm. It is something like the breath. The deep silent slow breath is the car. The mind is the driver. The highway is the space inside. And who is sitting? You are. Who you are, Shantuham. See that? So you are sitting. You are different from the deep silent slow breath. You are Shantuham. And now you do it on the left arm in the same way. The breath, the deep silent slow breath continues. So what I say, as you inhale, you are aware the mind moves inside the left arm from the shoulder in the space, while reaching to the fingertips, the mind sings Shantuham. And as you exhale, the mind is still singing Shantuham. Breath is deep, silent, and slow. It is rhythmic. It is thinking with the mind moving in and out. It is thinking with the Shantuham. 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 And now inside the right leg, as you inhale gently, Silently, the mind moves from the right side of the waist to the right toe, singing mentally Shantuham. So when you are singing Shantuham, the mind is moving in the space and it is absorbed into the infinite space. As you breathe out, the mind moves from the toes to the right side of the waist. Right leg. Continue. Shantuham. And during the entire journey, and especially on the nyasa that we are doing, the body remains still. Everything is happening as if inside you. And that is the beauty of the practice. Not only it makes your mind stronger, powerful, but it also removes the delusion. But again, I told you, knowledge must follow. Now inside the left leg in the same way. Shantuham. I'm the peace, deep silence, slow breathing. Mind is moving in the space inside the left leg, and the mind gets absorbed into the space. You may feel tingling, numbness, freezing of the body. You may sometimes feel as if the body is expanding, it is becoming bigger and bigger. You may sometimes feel as a sense of bodilessness. All these experiences are good, so you need not to worry about. Continue. Shantuham. Shantuham. The mind smoothly moving in the space with the breath, with the awareness. This is all gives us a deeper understanding that the mind can live in freedom in spite of all the thoughts. Now inside the spine from the crown of the head to the tailbone, as you inhale, the mind drops from the crown of the head inside and the spine reaching to the tailbone, singing Shanto Hum. And as you exhale, the mind rises from the tailbone to the crown of the head, singing Shanto Hum. Shanto Hum. We are still using an active step. We're asking the mind to keep on the deep silent and slow breathing, moving the mind inside the spine and dropping Shanto Hum. So we want to raise our level of awareness. Awareness is knowledge, knowledge is your experience. Shanto Hum. Now leave this deep silent and slow breathing. Look inside your heart. So when we say looking inside the heart, it is the seat of consciousness. It has not to do with your physical heart. So how to know where it is located? At the center of the rib cage, deeper inside. in the space. So first you look at the center of the rib cage, then you look inside. The skin become aware of the space, infinite space, and there we are again taking the help of a symbol to go deeper. So, looking inside that space, visualize an equilateral triangle facing upward. Equilateral triangle, all the three sides are equal, pointing upward, deep inside the heart, and move the mind on this triangle slowly, clockwise and anti-clockwise. First, maybe move it couple of times clockwise and then anti-clockwise. Not very fast, but gently. And then look at the center of the triangle. From there, you sing mentally and move the mind deep inside the heart. Shantu Hum. So when you are saying Shantu, the mind continues to move inside the heart. Check that the mind seems to stop. The moment it seems to stop, you say Hum, means I am the peace. You found it. It's mentally. Breath continues in a normal way. The body remains in the state of the steadiness. So again, move the mind on a triangle. And couple of times clockwise, anti-clockwise. Gently move it. Why we move it? We want to see the mind is fully present deep inside the heart. And then at the center of the triangle, Shantu. Mind has gone deeper. Seems as if the mind has stopped. Hum. Here I am, peace. Do it again by yourself. And now do nothing, remain seated, remain present deep inside the heart in the infinite space. Last time we understood the thought, speech, action, physical action. Thought expression is the speech and the action. So if the thought comes from a mental state guided by the right knowledge, the speech will always be good. It will not be dictated by the outer event. And so our physical action will not manifest any reaction, duality, and a conflict. So we discussed that even after so many practices, the mind becomes crazy. The mind contains that element, still, it contains the impression of the delusion, of the attachment, of the expectation. So the thought, speech, and action, are you aware of the thought, speech, and the action all the time? Or you get carried away, you get dictated. And then it becomes the game of the snake and the ladder. To be very precise and clear, the mind is scared of the likes and the, if it says if I drop likes and dislikes, then what will happen? The mind keeps that fear, so it keeps the likes and dislikes, it keeps the attachment, it keeps the desire, and then it falls into delusion, and then we get upset. By regular practice with an understanding, we realize that behind that likes and dislikes, behind that attachment and detachment, there is a beauty and the power of peace and the joy and happiness and love and wisdom. That is the gap. Continue to live in the state and enjoy that state. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, 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 Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand, your mind on the left hand. Lift your both your palms, place it on your eyes. Open the eyes inside. Bring the hands down and stay there for a couple of minutes. See and check and understand the mind before you start doing anything. That will go a long way. Thank you, my friend.